We've been completely overwhelmed by the support of everyone who wants to follow our progress and really see the Castle Church vision come to fruition. Um, Throughout the whole time people have been following us, they want to know a little bit about the beer brewing process and how that works. And so once a week we're going to publish a video. Usually it's going to be about the brewing process or the current beers we're brewing. But today I wanted to start it off with just a quick introduction of our brewery. Alright, I think everyone recognizes what this is. It's a tap handle. And that's where your cold, refreshing, delicious beer comes from. But where we are today is in our garage where we have the Castle Church pilot brew system, and that's where we test out all of our batches of beer. All the recipes for beer we have, we got these 6 and we've actually got more listed on our website, all started off doing pilot test batches. The reason is, at the brewery where you're doing 600 gallons at a time, if it doesn't taste right or you want to make some refinements to that recipe, it's going to be costly and expensive. We can do test batches here in the brewery on a pilot system, which brews 5 to 10 gallons at a time. So we're able to do some experimentation, we're able to get people's input, we're able to split small batches up and compare them to see what we like and what we want to stick with. So this is, it looks a little like a Frankenstein machine, but this is the same pilot system that is used by probably 80% of the breweries for testing their batches and their recipes. There's 3 kettles. One is for heating the water, one is for putting the water and making an oatmeal type mash over your grains. Every recipe is going to have its own unique style of grains that it uses, and that's what helps impart the flavor. The whole point of making beer is actually to extract the sugars from the grains, and the yeast eats the sugar. So after you've soaked your sugar in your hot water, then you boil it. And you boil it to both sanitize it, but also that's where we do our hop addition, and that's where you get the hop flavor. We have the best brewer's assistant in the world up here. That's a control panel. So our entire brewery is electric. And we also are a recirculating mash. So if you're interested in that, we'll probably have some more videos on what that means. But basically it helps us to maintain a constant temperature throughout the brew process, which helps us be consistent and helps us make sure that we can work out all extraneous variables so we can hone in on our recipes. Now, any recipe we come up with on this brew kettle brew system is directly scalable to the Castle Church Big Brewery, which is 20 barrels, and we'll be doing about 600 gallons at a time. So your favorite Castle Church recipes should and will taste identical. So after you've boiled your wort, well, the sugar liquid is now called wort, we go ahead and we ferment it. And what we've done is we've converted fermentation to maintain consistency. The yeast wants the same temperature in a controlled environment. So we've used these control panels right here. We plugged some chest freezers in there, and we're actually able to maintain a constant temperature. So we put our fermenter in here with a blow-off tube. Now, when the yeast is fermenting your wort, what's happening is it's producing 2 things. It's eating the sugar in the wort, and the yeast is producing alcohol and carbon dioxide. So there's actually no oxygen in here right now. It's all carbon dioxide. And there's a blow-off tube where the carbon dioxide goes out through the liquid but prevents the oxygen from coming in. And I'm going to push on the fermenter and you'll be able to see that blow-off tube, some of the carbon dioxide escaping. So that's just what that looks like. So throughout the process, every recipe calls for different types of fermentation depending on the style of beer. We go ahead and do that, and in some future videos we'll probably get into greater detail. But that's a quick overview of the brewery, the Castle Church Brewery. Thanks for tuning in, and I hope that you tune in next week for another video.